I'm starting another discussion now with me hood up again. It's some sort of, I'm always doing this, going to do this, it's some sort of a gimmick or something, starting discussions with me hood up. Anyway, I'm going to start it off by talking about things on our planet that live a lot longer than what we do. And I'll start by mentioning Jonathan, a Seychelles giant tortoise, a subspecies of the old Aldabra giant tortoise and the oldest living land animal. He resides on the island of St Helena, a British overseas territory in the South Atlantic Ocean, and having been hatched in 1832, he is now 190 to 191 years old. So it is. You can see how tortoises that live a great deal longer than what we do, can't you? I mean, the evidence is there, and but when you get to the plant world, you get you get a lot more higher ages than that. Methuselah is a 4,854-year-old Great Basin bristle cone pine, Pinus longeva tree, growing high in the White Mountains of Inyo County in eastern California, recognized as the non-clonal tree with the greatest confirmed age in the world. So you got a tree that's 4,854 years old, or so they say. So trees, you can see from that trees live an awful lot longer than what we do. And I don't know if anyone's familiar with the name Methuselah. Methuselah was one of the ancestors of Jesus Christ. He according to the Bible, he lived to be 969 years old. Well, people say, I know people say the Bible's a fairy tale. No one could live that long, but what the thing is, according to the Bible, thousands of years ago, we were closer to perfection than what we are now, and that's why we didn't die as young. And Adam and Eve both lived to be both to be over 900 years old. But there's no recorded instance in 969 years is the oldest recorded age in the Bible. And you have to think, what did God tell Eve in the Garden of Eden? He told her, in the day you eat from that tree, you will surely die. Well, they ate from the tree they weren't supposed to eat from, but they didn't die with it in the same day that they ate it. They both lived to be 900 years old. Well, you might say that's contradictory, but there's a passage in the Bible that says a 1,000 years is as a day to God. So you can see from that it isn't really contradictory, because there's no recorded. Everybody who's ever lived has always died within the period of 1,000 years. No one's ever lived to be over 1,000 years old, or it's never been recorded. And there's never been any recorded instances in the Bible of anyone living to be over 1,000 years old. So you can see from that it isn't contradictory. But nowadays, the average lifespan is actually going up in Britain, but it's 80 years old in Britain, whereas when I was a kid it was 74. but the average lifespan worldwide is 73.2 years. So and if you times that by 365, you get you can work out that we live for on average for 26,718 days. That's a lot of days, isn't it? Well, we live a lot longer than what flies do, because the average lifespan of a fly is just 28 days. So on average, we live 954 times as long as what flies do. Well, you can think of the Earth as if you think of it, if you could think of if you can think of the Earth as a huge, you've heard the expression flies buzzing around a jam jar, haven't you? You can think of the Earth as if you think of this huge jam jar that's been planted on Earth by aliens millions of years ago, and which has always had all flies buzzing around it. And that's what we are on the Earth. We're like flies buzzing around this huge jam jar. Anyway, I think to a certain extent there's evidence that it's programmed into your DNA before you're born how long you're going to live, because longevity seems to me to run in families. My grandmother died 30 years ago, and she was 88, and her sister lived to be 95, and my grandmother, she had 3 children. She had she had the first one. The first one she had was Dorothy. She was born in the 1920s, I think. Then you get Jean, that was born in 1932, and you've got my dad. His name was Arthur, and he was born in 1937. Dorothy was way into her 90s when she died. I don't know exactly how old exactly, but all I know is she was way into her 90s. My dad only lived to be he only lived to be 65, but he had lung cancer, and it's generally believed that my uncle Stephen, he thinks that it was caused by him working with asbestos at ICI, and it finished him off a lot earlier than what he was meant to go. What was actually programmed him into the DNA, and we think it was caused by him working with asbestos at RCI. But he's old, and he was only 65 when he died. But his 2 older sisters both lived a lot longer than what he did. Dorothy lived way into her 90s. Jean, she died last month, and she was 90. So there is a lot of longevity in that side of the family, and but you know, if you think of us as being flies, we're like, can you just imagine? There's a huge jam jar that's been planted on Earth, by aliens 4.5 million years ago, and it's always had flies buzzing round it. And we, I like, we in effect like the flies that are buzzing round this huge jam jar. We're all buzzing round this huge jam jar called Earth. But we buzz around it. The Earth has been a lot longer than the jam, around a lot longer than the jam jar, and we buzz around it for a lot longer than what the flies do. So that's what we are basically. We're just flies buzzing around this huge jam jar that's been, they say it's been here 4.5 billion years. But anyway, but if you want to get involved in this discussion, just but put your opinions in the comments below. No, you're perfectly welcome to do that. I'd be interested to hear what you've got to say. Anyway, I'll be back soon with more material. Bye.